'Tis I, Alicia. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Alright, so it's a new day. So, nothing new going on here, really. Nothing much. You guys have been telling me, I've been getting a bunch of messages from you about the Murdaugh case. And the original reading I had done on that. I guess I'll pop that over here somewhere. And you know, like I've told you guys a bunch of times, I don't really remember what I say in my readings, right? Like, I'm not totally here, right? I'm all, but not totally here. So I don't remember too much of what I've said in the reading. I haven't followed this case. This case is like, I don't know, just doesn't attract me. I don't like search for news on it. I don't care. But I know you guys are into it, so, I'm up to I'll do another reading on it, you guys, if you want it, but you're going to have to give me questions, because like I said, I'm not following the case. I don't know what's going on with it, and I don't care enough to go digging into it. It's just one of those cases that I'm just kind of like, meh. So, just wanted to say that. So, if you guys want to send me some questions, you know, ask me some questions you have. We have the latest developments, I guess, with him on the roadside and getting shot, and I don't know if that was legit or not. Don't know. All right, so there's that. Anything else I can think of? Oh, well, let's get into crystal chat. So today I'm going to show you amethyst, but it's a wand, and it's really cool. I don't know if my front camera here is going to show you the coolness or not, or if I'm just going to be in the way. Now, this one's kind of hard to see. Now, I'm like, amethyst? I don't see any amethyst. It's down here on the end. Oh, my goodness. This is... One day we'll have wonderful cameras here to work with. Let's see if we can see down here. Ooh, okay, so this is a little bit better, isn't it? Ooh. Okay, so amethyst is a part of the quartz family, right? So, hence, clear quartz. You can almost... There, kind of there. You can see the difference down here. Here's amethyst. It's like a 2-for-1 stone. The amethyst is a part of the quartz family, okay? And this has my sticker on it, so this one's actually E from my shop. This amethyst wand is super cool. Like, now look, you can see, here's the other thing, so you know, when you're buying crystals, real crystals. See, there's this little crack, indentation in the crystal. That side's all smooth. This side, that's actually smooth up to here. And then let's see. Oh, you can kind of see it. There's a little spot missing of the crystal, right? And then this is smooth. Oh, down here there's a little bit of a thing. Okay. So this is something to pay attention to. I'm not trying to say like, hey, look, it's defects. This is what happens when you're working with natural material from the earth, right? They are not perfect. They are not resins. They are not made in molds. This is what comes from the earth. So there's natural cracks, defects in the stone. So, but here's how cool this is. I mean, you can see in here, there's all this beautiful foils and prettiness and the color and all this. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do with a massage wand? Essentially, it's not really a massage wand though, because it's got a point, right? But there's some cool things that you can do with a wand. So you have on a wand, you have the pointy end and you have the rounded end. Now, if you wanted to use it for massage, sure, you use a rounded end and you can massage out energy, like out through the tips of your fingers, right? That actually feels really good, so you should try that sometime. That's something you can, you know, if you want to just do a little self-massage, get some of that energy flowing to the tips of your fingers, which your hands are your most magical tools that you have. You don't need anything else. So you could do that. You could also, and you massage whatever else, right? Find your pressure points, do a little research on the pressure points on your body, and get in there, your brachials, and good stuff, okay? I don't know if there's brachials on humans. I was thinking about it. When I do animal massage, I just massage my own cats. But they have these brachial points that they just, when you massage them, and it's like heaven. Anyhow, I don't know if humans have it. I'd have to look that up. Similar pressure points. back to the massage wand or the wand. Okay, so you have the rounded end so you can rub. Now the other thing, you have a point here. This is to direct energy. So whether it is that you want to, you know, say you're making a crystal grid. Okay, let's make a quick crystal grid. I'm just going to put some crystals here because we're just going to do a quick one, and I don't have like all the proper crystals. But you make a crystal grid with whatever you have, okay? There's my tiger eye potato chip, and this is, I forgot what that agate is. Okay, that's my good enough crystal grid. So you go off to the side, Caribbean Queen. You put your center stone. Usually you want to put a generator, a point, or pyramid in the center of your crystal grid. You're setting a crystal grid because you're setting an intention. And the crystal grid is holding that intention for you. Every time you look at it, you're reminded of yourself to like, oh yeah, remember I made that crystal grid for health. Oh yeah, I need to remember to focus on my health. So it's a visual tool to help you remember. It's also you're raising the energy, setting the intention, the focus, and all of that. And when you see it, you're like, oh yeah. And it's also magic in a way. So you take your wand and you go from your center stone with your pointed end, the pointed end, tap to out to this stone, back in, like you're slicing a pie. Then you're going to this stone, back in, going out to this stone, and back in, tapping the center stone, out to this stone, and back in, right? So this is how you're making the grid. Now you're connecting all the stones. Imagine that you're actually making like a web, okay? It's a web of energy that you're creating around this. So you imagine that you're doing that as you're connecting all of the stones back to the center point. Do it as many times as you want, but as long as you go around there once. Then you've created a little energy thing, right? So that's a use for your wand, okay? This is not a crystal grid that I don't even know what the point of that one would be. That's an interesting one to research. Okay. Typically you want to use stones that match with your intention. Okay. So we have this. So you could use this wand for that. You can also use the wand for, this feels pretty good. Now I am using the sharp end again. It is sharp. It's not as sharp as they come, but it's pretty darn sharp. And you're tapping around the perimeter of your hand. This is awakening other points in your hands, and you might start to feel it tingle and all that good stuff. Okay? It's kind of a interesting sensation, but it kind of helps to awaken, you know, the energy in your hands. So say we're going to go and we're going to do this on both sides of our hands, and then you can have fun feeling actual energy. Okay? So like imagine I've done that on both hands. We're not going to sit here for 20 minutes and watch me poke my hands. Now, we're doing this. And then you can start doing the energy ball exercise. Okay? And this is a thing where you're going to start to feel the energy ball. Now I'm going to put my hands down here so you can. And then you can start to feel where that energy ball is. Like you can feel it. I'm serious. I am not on crack. And then you can pull out and say, oh, no. And you can feel the tension between it and all that stuff. So you're like, what the fuck do I want an energy ball for? Because it's really cool. You're raising energy. It helps you to kind of like figure out, you're like, energy is real. It's like something you can sense, feel. But you know, you can always do this, raise energy. You can say, I want to raise this energy and put all my positive vibes, whatever your intention is, and you take that energy and put it into your tarot cards. You can do that. I don't know if I want to do that today. What I want to do is take all of this energy that I'm working on, and I want to take it and give it to myself, right? So you can take this energy ball you have, right, and into your heart chakra. That's to help heal you. So a lot of this, like everything I'm talking about, I know there's probably some people who are like, I get it. I was one of you too once. It is about energy and it's about intention, and amazing things could happen when you use your noggin and your intention and you set good vibes and all that positive good stuff. So I get it, but this is the other thing. You can kind of feel after you've gotten your hands all awakened, you can actually kind of feel, you can draw with your wand here. Energy comes out through the tip of a crystal wand. So that's also something cool. There's so many cool things about crystal wands. And I just thought it was to be all like Hogwarts, but yeah. Anyhow, so it's in the shop. There's a few of these left in the shop. Super pretty. I love it. I would keep it for myself, but I have more than enough wands. Oh my gosh. That's one of my cats trying to get at me. No, gatas, no. That scared the crap out of me. All right. Whew. Knock it off, cats. All right. Here's what we're going to do today. Enough crystal chit chat. That was exciting and fun, but whew. We're going to get into this Gabby Petito, 22. Here's the notes that I have. She set out on a cross-country trip July 2nd with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, in the couple's 2012 Ford Transit van. Petito last called her mom on August 25th from a Grand Teton National Park phone in Wyoming. Or maybe she just called from the park and not a phone there. They probably don't even have phones there, huh? Public phones. And last confirmed sighting was the day earlier at a hotel in Utah. Laundrie has since returned to their home. Okay, so the dude, he's back home in North Point, Florida, without her, but driving the van. Northport police told thedailymail.com, that's where I got this info, they seized the van late Saturday night from his Laundrie's family home. Officers want to speak to Laundrie at the property, but his parents refused to let them. Laundrie is not saying where Petito is. He's refusing to cooperate with the cops and is lawyered up. Well, all right. Where are you, Gabby? What's up with you, Gabby? Okay, so this is like, the energy behind it is seeking freedom. Okay, so I'm like seeking, like, we're not working together. This is not working. We need to like just move on. We need to leave. Oh, thinking about the good stuff. They're not being appreciated. There's a loss of balance here going on. Something's not working right. There's, oh no. There's a loss of balance in the relationship. There's just like, does she like just like, I don't know, Gabby, maybe somebody does. Is she like a person who like just tells you like that's the way it is and that's it? Like she straight talker. Like was this like we're gonna break up and I'm gonna move on, and like this trip has made me realize that this is not the relationship for me. And then we have Muerto and essentially breakup time. Oh God. And then moving on, there's travel. We're traveling, I'm like letting go, and then there's a new relationship, and I'm not quite sure what this money man's doing here, why there's about money and security, like holding on to what I got. There's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, there's a lot of lies going on here. There's family is warring, like Hatfield and McCoy's, but like, where's my kid? Too much responsibility. Maybe, I think there might have been secrets between these, I was going to say kids. Essentially, they're kids to me. 22. I don't know how old he is. Like, struggles were going on here, man. This is, man. This was not working, and it looks like there might have been financial struggles going on. So I don't know if this is like, I read somewhere else, like she's she had like, or they had like, I don't know, some type of social media where it was like documenting. I don't know if they're making money off of this, but however they're funding this, it looks like there might have been an issue with continuing to fund this lifestyle, whatever the case may be. Something here. Someone thinks I got away with shit. Someone thinks I got away with shit. So, so this looks like there was like a argument, fight, and that's not good. Let's go into these cards here and see what we can find out. Jealousy. What is with this grandparent card? Oh, here's that money. There's the money coming up. Money coming up. River. I don't know about that one. That's interesting. Here's the breakup. There's some type of breakup that went on. So here's the new relationship, I assume. Oh dear. That's going to be an excuse, I think. Yeah, this is like... that's a red herring. That feels like a red herring, too. What is this? She was alive last I saw her. Okay. Tied up somewhere. Okay, so this guy must be a real winner, allegedly for entertainment purpose. It says there's something going on here with this guy. Allegedly. Not quite sure about grandparent caregiver. That one's not making any sense. Like we saw over here, I'm not getting this. I'm getting this as a defense. I'm getting this as a defense. For this could be a part of the defense. I'm getting that, like, I don't know, and she was having bad thoughts, or I don't know, maybe some guy picked her up. She was alive last time I saw her. I don't know about the boat, so put that over here. That's the message I'm getting out of this. This is like a whole separate other thing. This might be talking about the new affair, or it might have been something that happened over here with that. I'm not quite sure. But the relationship's not going well, okay? And maybe somebody felt trapped in the relationship, like, this is not what I wanted. I don't like this relationship and how it's going. There is something to the money. I don't know if they're bringing in how they got their money, but it feels like there's some type of fight going on with their money. However they're funding their adventure. Let's get some coins up on here. Interesting. Alright, grandparents, 64. Grandparent, there's some awareness there, and then we have the grandparents are very inviting and they know what's going on. I don't know why we need to know about the grandparents. That's interesting, though. Like, seem like very nice grandparents. They're just typical, like, hey, come in, have a cup of coffee. Would you like some cookies? Okay. Then we have a caregiver. Okay, there's a breakthrough on the way coming. I don't know what that has to do with the caregiver. And there's childlike wonder, innocence, sweet, sacred. Maybe this is for a parent, knowing that there's a breakthrough coming about your child, because we all like to think that our children are so sweet and innocent. I'm not delusional. I know mine's not sweet and innocent, but you know what I mean. Like, our heart is our children. So maybe that's about that. Let's look into here with the greed. That's interesting. We got conversations and then dentures. What's it? Grandparents. Did the grandparents give money? Or is that how they're funding this? That's interesting. Because the dentures comes up. That's where it's just like, I'm not making this up. Age factors, older person, grandparents. And we already have grandparents here. Are they a part of funding this adventure? Interesting. And then 80, we have conversations going on. Rumors. Okay, there's rumors about the money. There's some greed. There's something going on here. Okay, so we're having issues. I don't know. Maybe grandparents have funded part of this adventure, all the adventure, some of the adventure. Let's look into affair, jealousy. Yin and yang. Nope, I don't want that one. This is a ticking time bomb of a relationship. Weathering the storms. This also is shelter, insurance. We have 36 is the eye. Someone's watching you. Okay, so I think when we saw that new relationship in the cards or some other type of relationship, maybe it's an affair. It doesn't necessarily have to mean physical. Could be emotional. Yeah, y'all know. You live in the real world. All right, 65. There's a tower moment, an unforeseen change that happens with this relationship. And we have the breakup. Let's pull out this card here because I'm curious. This is something to pay attention to. I believe that's a El Diablo face right here. Devil. You're guided by your dirty desires. And then something's going on here. I don't know if this is about the affair. I don't know if this is somebody's got a perversion and that's part of why this is not going right, along with the greed. Like, there's a lot of issues going on here with this relationship. Let's just double check in here because I think, you know what, I'm not going to use those. Let's just use your cards. Oh, fucking sneaky snacker. Okay, yeah. This is all... I'm asking about these cards as a whole. We have mental health, we have the suicide, we have trafficking, we have alive, right? So I'm looking at these cards as a whole. Like, what is that about? What do we have? Somebody needs to make a decision. They're not quite sure how they're going to move forward with this because there was an unexpected turn of events. And now we have the sneaky snacker trying to get away with bullshit but coming in here like he's Prince Charming. So I think this is allegedly, you know who over here is like, might be playing games and telling stories, you know, about what happened on this trip. I don't know, last time I saw her, she was alive. Allegedly. For entertainment purposes. So something's gone on here. Interested about the grandparents and that money. Then we saw the burial in the mountain and the river and the boat and imprisonment. And imprisonment to me, what I'm getting on this one is being tied up or something, or in some type of container. Not necessarily a proper container. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out what is the relationship between Gabby and Brian. This is Gabby. That's how we're starting it. And then this will be him. Okay, so this is showing there's some naivete here with Gabby, okay? This is like a new adventure, maybe. This is like, oh, new experiences, new things. I mean, if I'm going on a van trip, I guess it probably would be kind of cool to go around the country, right? And feeling like, this is awesome. I'm loving this. We're having success. This is good. We're moving forward, like good stuff. And I'm working hard. That's why I'm wondering, is this tied to our social media? Like, this is like how we're making our income, because we're like documenting this, and then, so maybe because it's like master craftsman. This is like, I'm excellent at my job. So if that's social media, excellent at her job. This is about promoting. That's why I would wonder if she's promoting something, money, business wise, during this trip. So there's some type of promotion going on. And then travel. Okay, that's how we're starting out. Him, he's got some new ideas. He has some clarity. So doing, something's come to his mind. Then trying to avert disaster. So we have the Tower card in reverse. So this is trying to avoid disaster, and trying to come across as very caring and very loving, and trying to come up with some new ideas. Like, I don't know what a disaster he's trying to avoid unless he's trying to hold on to something. Okay, so let's continue. Energy in between. Oh, this is breakup. The energy in between is like, all right, after this trip, we're going to move on and go our separate ways. Yeah, this is like, nope, we're done. And then it's like we're planning our new stuff. Like, this feels like there perhaps was trouble in paradise and things weren't going well, and now we're decided we're moving on after this trip. Okay? Because there's some lust here as well. So this is Knight of Wands, so allegedly, perhaps the male in this relationship has some passion for somebody else. She's feeling good. It's only up from here. We're breaking up, but you know what? Found out a lot on this trip, and we're just moving on up. There was unexpected drama that happened during this trip. Wasn't expecting that, okay? He's ready to move on. He's just like, nope, this is like imbalance. I don't feel like I have an equal say in this relationship. I'm out. I've had enough. I'm done. I want moving on out, okay? Alright, so what happened on this damn trip? There's drama during this trip. There's someone who's been very deceptive about this. And then there's fighting because of the lies. And then it's almost like trying to use all my tools, trying to be like, no, look, that's why I think there's like somebody has gone astray in the relationship. And it's like, no, look at my phone, look at all my texts, look at it, don't see, I know, like trying to pull shenanigans with fake receipts, and then like we just can't move past this. Okay. There's some type of, we have violence, sneaky snacker, not happy, dominating, egotist. This is very much too, like, I'm getting, like, it feels almost like, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, my opinion, what I'm seeing in the cards, it feels like he's along for the ride. Like, this wasn't his idea, but he was like, all right, well, I'm in. And then it feels like he's been, like, riding coattails, or he's just like, yeah, I'm a part of this, but I don't feel like I have any input. This is not like my dream life, but okay, going along with this. And then it's just like, I'm feeling like he's like, well, nobody's paying attention to me because, she's social media-ing it up, and I'm just left to my own devices. And then I think that's where we get into finding some other lovey. There's imbalance in the relationship, okay? Oh, and he's trying to get away with shit. Then the secret gets caught out, and then, like, found out. Then we're leaving this relationship. Like, I finally saw you for who you are. And then it's like, not sure what to do. Alright. We're breaking up. Why does the money keep coming back into this? Okay, so we're breaking up. I get it. Alright. And then it's like, I don't want to break up, but this is not working right. We have imbalance in the relationship. And then there's delays, and like, I don't know how to move forward. I'm not sure what we're going to do. And then we destroy the relationship, and it's starting over, and then there's secrets, and there's a wake-up call. And then we get back to the part where we started originally. Now I have to make a choice about, like, what I'm going to tell people. I don't know if he's getting outside advice, I'd assume, but he's got shit he's trying to cover up. There's some money element to this, and I don't know if this was hoping to get money because of this trip, or hoping to get money once the relationship is official. There's some type of money element to this, and I'm not quite sure how that's playing in here yet. That's just oh my goodness, something went awry on that trip. So let's just do a quick check-in. We don't want to go like deep dive in 12 hours here, but let's just do one more deep. Let's just ask about, how is Gabby? Again, it's that same story. It was like, that was the end of that relationship. Like, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to be fine. I'm just going to figure out what my priorities now are. And, like, I'm kind of let down, but I'm going to have, like, stories to tell. There's all these secrets I found out on this trip. But it's kind of like, I don't really want, like, I wanted to marry this guy, but then I was like, I'm living in the past. I didn't really know who I was going to get married to. I thought that we were happy, we were celebrating, we were moving forward, but then, you know, this was like, I'm building whatever this business is she's building, I'm building it, I'm successful, I have all these great new ideas, but now I'm like, I have to make a decision, I'm at a crossroads about how this is going forward. And then we're dealing with fucking money. There's some type of money issue, and it's like, or it's like getting cut off or something, but somebody's like, no, I don't want to get cut off. She's like, no, I'm not, like, I don't know, it's almost like, I'm not trying to cut you off and, like, leave you out in the gutter, but it's like, I can be fair, but then there's this becomes part of the issue, okay? She's trying to figure out, alright, tread lightly here, and Ness is finding out there's more shady shit going on, didn't know about it in the background. Prince Charming over here is, you know, now he's showing his ugly side that wasn't shown before. There's the lies. It's fucking stingy, trying to hold on to this fucking money. There's something about, maybe this is when you get married. You know, here's the marriage card and the money. Like, once you get married, then you get this money. Maybe that's where the money comes in. Maybe it's grandparents' money. And then it's just like, no, like, I found out, like, I've got my wake-up call, I found out about you, bro. No, there's more secrets probably to be revealed, and it's kind of like, no, unfaithfulness, like, I don't want a part of this relationship. And there's a bunch of gossip now, and finding out shit, and I have all the ideas, and you're just kind of on my coattails, you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's like, okay, so it's an argument. And then she's like just feeling trapped, like, what am I going to do? Like, we're committed, we're going to get married, and blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, well, this is just what we're going to do. Boom. And I'm continuing my business. This is going to be my thing that I'm doing now. I'm going to start on a new beginning. Okay, so now I'm moving on. I'm going to let shit go. And I'm happy. Okay, I've like made my amends that this is not the guy for me. I'm moving on. I'm planning new things. I'm going to move on, and I'm looking for... Yeah, I have all these new things. Okay, well, this is how it's going to be. So we're moving forward. She's moving forward. And he's like, shit, look at what I'm losing. Look at what I'm losing. Now what? He's not happy about this. Nope, I'm not happy about this. Yeah, and it's like, well, I want to be a part of the new ideas. Look, I have this idea. And it's like, no, because we're breaking up. And you're like, no, but you don't realize how much I contributed to this relationship. And now it's like, now I feel like a victim. Look at all the shit I brought to the relationship. And it's like, no, now you got to start over. And it's like, but there's all this money here. And I want to get at it. And then there's some fucking fight that happens. And then it's like, this is going to be hard to bring. How am I going to explain this shit when I get back? And trying to figure out, okay, well, how am I going to sell this? How am I going to sell this? And then it's like, okay, well, we got to move on. So now I'm traveling back home. Here he goes. He's traveling back home. He's sneaking off like, ha ha ha, sneaky snacker dick. Okay. The secrets are going to be coming out. Yeah, it's obviously unfinished business. His back is up against the wall. He's jacked this whole thing up. But he's getting people on his side to support him, help him, but he's no bueno person, allegedly, in my opinion, by what I'm seeing in the cards. There's like a total breakup that went on, and he was just here. He's given lies. He's whatever this event is, I haven't quite discerned yet, but there was some event that happened, and it's like, well, I'm just going to come up with a story. So I'm not quite sure yet if this is he left without her. It looks like there's some type of violence that went on. I have not been able to discern that yet. I mean, I have just a few cards left. This is him trying to figure out how to move forward and stay out of legal trouble. Something went on here, though. I don't think she's with us anymore. There's something that happened, though. See, like I said, I don't want to do a long reading. Oh, here we are. 12 hours. It's not 12 hours. It's feeling like it. But, well, you want to pop out? Pop out. A boat in a river. Why? What is with these people? This just feels like the same cards again, doesn't it? Yes, I'll reshuffle them. What are the odds? I'd have to be some fantastic magic person to get the same damn cards. But let's give it an additional riffle shuffle. Come on, we'll just do this real quick. There's stories. We're telling stories. Yeah. We're telling stories. Okay, so we've already got this before. We're telling stories. This, I'm thinking this is like perhaps something. This is going over here. We're telling stories. I don't know what this has to do with tea in China. The neighborhood's talking. I don't know. This might be more likely what's happened. What's this dude's name again? Brian. Is there like family money involved in this? It's like that. When I saw these, it reminded me of that guy. I don't even remember what his name is anymore, but it was that the way back in the day where this guy was, we'll say, essaying these women, and he had a really well-to-do family, and he was supposed to face charges, and then his family helped him to go live in the Swiss Alps or all across Europe for years, and he avoided going to trial. Like, he was supposed to show up on the day of the trial, and he didn't, and he was all over in this other country for years, and then he finally came back and he got convicted. But I'm like, not saying that this guy's the essayer. What I'm saying, though, this feels like, is there some like old money, rich family money to do, well-to-do money, something coming in, but it's almost like this guy's like a party boy. There's a bunch of lies or some. Okay, so secret trip means that there's some part on the trip roadmap that has not really been declared. Is that the money? I don't know. Why would you have life insurance money if you were not married? I don't know. Maybe that's possible. This also could just be trying to get at whatever this business is, or some type of money of hers that he wants to get at. I don't know. Maybe there's I don't know. I'm very confused. Anyway, there's a bunch of lies here, so I'm buying there's more of crime of passion going on here than any of this. This is all like, this feels like stories. Like, last time I saw her, right? And it's just very much like a player guy. Like, that's what I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, getting protected. There's a bunch of lies here. I don't know if they met at school. I don't know. I don't know what the life insurance is about, but there's some secrets on this trip for sure. Okay. I don't know. Kind of come up to the end of my wall here on this one for now. I guess we'll check into it later and see what else we find out. If you've heard something, tell me in the comments below. I'm totally curious. I saw this, and one of you guys sent me a message about this girl, and so we're looked into it. I'm not getting all the clarity I want. Maybe I need some tiger eye. Alright. Anyhow, tell me what you know or what you've seen in the comments, because I'm curious, because something's rotten in Denmark. Allegedly. For entertainment purposes. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.